Hey everyone, Kevin Muldoon here. What I'd like to do in this video is show you WP Rocket. I'm sure you're all aware of this caching solution for WordPress. It's been around for a few years now, and if you actually go back to 2014, you can see that I reviewed it a long time ago. Got the AA rating there. Now I decided to revisit it again in 2017. My license had actually expired last year and I didn't renew it right away. But recently I realised how bad performance was by not using a caching plugin, and I bought it again. So I've did a review and a case study. So this video will accompany this 4,000 word, whatever it is, article. I've did a lot of performance tests to show you how it works, and I just want to show you the same thing through this video. So what you've got here is WP Rocket. It is a premium WordPress caching solution. Most of the plugins for WordPress are free. Some of them do offer a premium version, so they're kind of sold on a freemium basis. A lot of them are only available free, but some of them do have a pro version. But WP Rocket is different. You can only buy it. You can't download it free of charge. But it is a very good solution. Now, the one thing I did notice is this website hasn't really changed over the last few years. See, there's a little coupon there. I noticed that myself. Like today, you're looking at it, and like for example, Hypercache, I don't think it's even been updated for a year. And there's certain things they're saying that it does, certain features down in this grid, they say that these other plugins don't have. But obviously, over the last 3 years, it's not like these plugins just stood still. They've been improved as well, and this grid doesn't really seem up to date. A lot of these features have actually been implemented in the other plugins, but that's not to take away from what WP Rocket does. I'll just quickly show you the prices, just so you know. For one site, or with updates and support for a year, $39, $99 for 3 websites, and $200 if you want a developer license. You can use it on an unlimited number of websites. But you can see at the top, whenever you refresh the page, a different coupon comes up. There's 5%, and there's 10%. They seem to do different coupons whenever you change the page. Obviously, doing some split testing. So, what I've got just now, in fact, I will do, I will activate it first, and then what I'd like to do is do some performance tests, and you can see, hopefully be able to see the difference with what happens when you use WP Rocket and when you don't use it. So, WP Rocket, here we go. So, this is the settings area. This is the main settings area tucked away in the settings menu there. All the different tabs here, and I'm using version 2.911. Now you can optimize different things here. You can pick different things to optimize, and some you'll need to really test out. A lot of these settings you'll need to test to see how it works, whether it changes anything in your website and things like that. Say for example, in case any display errors, yeah. So this is really just saying the same thing. When you change any settings for many things, you really should check to see that it's working okay. So we'll do that just now. Bring up my home page, for example. I'm not seeing any problems here. So there's no problems there. So, I mean, you just get into the habit of doing that whenever you make any changes. And you'll also see this menu at the top, WP Rocket, and you'll see it on your website as well. You can access the settings and documentation, etc. But what you will need to do is clear the cache, because what WP Rocket does, what any caching solution does, is take a static snapshot of your pages on your website, static pages, and it means your server doesn't have to keep going back to your database. This is one of the ways that it can optimize your website for speed. It will reduce the bandwidth costs in your hosting, etc. So you need to clear the cache. And you can see I've got Cloudflare here as well. I'm using that as a content delivery network, so I would have to clear that cache as well. Lots of different options here. You can lazy load images, optimize files, mobile cache, etc. Advanced options now. You can see here the static resources. Here you can exclude a lot of things. Now, I've put in here Google Fonts, and that was a YouTube thing which I don't need anymore. The Google Fonts thing, I'm not doing that right. Whatever, yeah, I tried to exclude Google Fonts because Google Fonts, this is the annoying thing. You know, Google's got like page speed, and it's got all these pages giving you advice and webmaster tools, etc., about what you should do, about the importance of optimizing your website. And ironically, Google is the source of many website owners' frustrations, because whether it be Google Analytics, you know, with redirects, it stops you getting a good score. Google AdSense, if you display ads, because it's going back and checking, you know, that causes problems because it's sourcing information from Google and from double click and all this. Google Fonts, external requests, all these things. So it's kind of annoying that Google keeps telling you to optimize your website, and it's Google that's causing your website not to be optimized. Google Fonts is something that's quite difficult to get right, but there's a lot of different options here on this page that you can exclude. Excuse me, I'm not feeling too well this week. So there's a little database optimization thing. This is, you know, it's been added over the last few years. It wasn't in the original version. You can clean up posts, comments, transients, the database. It's good to see this added, but it's not going to replace a dedicated database optimization plugin. There's a lot of plugins for WordPress that allow you to manage your database and keep it efficient, but it's nice to see it there. What I would say though is just be very careful about this first one. You know, don't click for revisions or drafts to be deleted, or click the automatic button for it to be automatically deleted. It's very, very risky. Don't worry about spam comments or transients or, you know, optimizing the table, but be very careful with posts. I mean, to be honest, I'd actually think this shouldn't even be an option here, if I'm honest. I mean, what you really need is delete something like delete revisions over 3. You know, so if someone hasn't limited the number of post revisions in their WordPress database, then, you know, this would be a good setting to have, to say delete all revisions over 3 or over 2 or over 1. But deleting all revisions is very scary because, you know, as a blogger, as someone who writes articles, you need to revert to older revisions sometimes, so watch you don't delete them. All these revisions here, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them are very important for me to go back to. Just be careful with that. You can preload the data, and there's options here on this page. Now, I'll actually just take this off screen for a second, because on the Cloudflare tab, it's got like my API key and stuff, and just be a little bit cautious. I won't show that on my screen. So this is a Cloudflare tab, and if you'll see it if you click on the CDN tab here, it will show it, and you can disable it and enable it like that. Is that showing that again? Yeah. So you enter your email, you enter your API address, you enter your domain, and this option here allows you to enable the optimal Cloudflare settings. You can also do an HTTPS protocol rewrite. There's a clear cache button there as well. This does support other content delivery networks as well. You know, Key CDN, Max CDN, all this kind of thing. And you can enter your host name there. Varnish is a cache system. I've never used it, but it's something that you implement on your server. And the tools page, you'll see options to clear the cache, preload the cache. So you can preload all the cache on your website, and you can export and import settings and roll back to a previous version. And you've got FAQ. So any questions, you've got common questions and answers there. And you can actually do ticket support directly through the plugin, so that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do at this point is disable the plugin here, and then what I'd like to do is do some tests. Now in this article that I wrote, in fact that's the original review, and the one that I'm publishing today, I did a lot of speed testing. I tested 2 pages. I tested the home page and I tested the blog post, an example blog post, but I'll just test the home page for this video to speed things up. So I'm going to test my website on Pingdom, on GT Metrics and PageSite Insights. Now, if you are doing this, obviously for a video, I don't want to bore you to tears with stats, etc. But what you'd really want to do is test the different areas of your website. So, for example, your home page, perhaps a page, a blog post. You know, your posts and pages might be very similar depending on your design. And, you know, your online shop, your directory, anything that's on your website that's different from other areas of your website, test them and, you know, write down the scores for before and after to give you a good idea of how your website's performing. Now, this is how my website performs before WP Rocket. Now, it is worth pointing out as well that I talk about this in my article, that before I implemented WP Rocket, I actually went through and did a lot of optimization. And by that, I mean, I used these performance websites and I removed plugins that were causing problems. I tried to just optimize it in that way. And, you know, I changed a few things in the website. I removed Google AdSense and I used where's that plugin? There's a Google Analytics plugin I used as well to stop the redirects, which is there somewhere. There it's there, Complete Analytics Optimization Suite. This can help you with the redirect issue with Google Analytics if you're using that. So there is other things you need to do to give you a fair test, because there's no point testing WP Rocket, your website before, then testing with WP Rocket, and then doing optimization, because, you know, you really need to test it before and after with no other changes. So you can see here with with WP Rocket not being implemented, performance grade of D, page size here. And you can see there's a lot of things here that need improvement. Query strings, combine external CSS, combine external JavaScript. These are all the things that WP Rocket will do. Got a score of B 83%, C 70%. And page speed insights I've got 67 for mobile and 84. That's actually higher than I thought it would be, because I tested it before and it wasn't as high as that. So perhaps, I don't know, I get the impression that's actually doing a cached version of my website. So wait, I'll test that theory out. I'll clear my cache in Cloudflare, but because if I show you, in fact I'll show you it from the article, it'll save me time. From the article you can see I got 76 for desktops and 61 for mobiles. I think maybe just because I didn't clear the cache in Cloudflare, and that has. So I think Cloudflare, because it's taking a cache of my cache, if that makes sense, it's showing the cache for. Okay, so I'm caching Cloudflare. It's showing the cache version of when WP Rocket was being used. So I'm clearing that cache. This is the thing with performance websites. Every time you do a test, you're going to get something different. The server response time is different. But you can see here that when Cloudflare was taking a snapshot of when I was using WP Rocket, and now that I've cleared that snapshot and it's taken a new snapshot without WP Rocket, the score is 59 and 78, which is still higher than what I thought. So I guess that's good in a way. So yeah, those are the scores there. Now let's get WP Rocket on the go. WP Rocket is now enabled. So we've got a D here. Let's see how this improves. Now, in the article, actually, you know, I go into detail about how requests, etc. But you can see that I've jumped from a D all the way up to an A, 94%. The one thing here that I've not got, serve static content from a cookieless domain. What it means is all the images on my website are being served from my main website from kevmuldoon.com at the www subdomain. So what I'd have to do to address that issue would be to upload all images to a subdomain of kevmuldoon.com, or to use a content delivery network such as KeyCDN, MaxCDN, etc. And I'll store all those images on another domain or on a subdomain which doesn't have a cookie, and this error will go away. But you will see this, Cloudflare does always put this here, so you'd never get 100% if you do use Cloudflare. So we'll get a B and a C. See if we can retest that. Yeah, time to get a drink because my throat's so sore. Let's test this again. We've got 59. 78 seems higher than I got before. Not sure why it's like that. Oh, I need to clear the cache again. You think I'd learn, wouldn't you? You think I would learn by now? So, okay, so that jumped from, it was a B and a C. I've now got an A, 99%, an A, 93%. Less requests, less page size, etc. as well. Now, I'll clear Cloudflare just so that I can actually do that through here. I really love that feature because it saves me having to log into Cloudflare. And we'll run it again. Should hopefully get a different test now. Different result. And I'm not. Right, I think I need to cache everything. Or maybe that is what I got. I'll check. There is some inconsistency when you do a lot of testing as far as the results go. When I tested my home page, I got 68 and 83, but now I appear to get, I seem to be getting 61 and 84. So now, here's the thing. See this here, eliminate render blocking JavaScript. There's a WordPress plugin called Auto Optimize. Now, I was looking at what was causing this problem, and I found this plugin, Auto Optimize by Frank Goossens. Now, if I optimize that, if I install that, sorry, activate it, this does address some issues. Clear the cache. Now you can see I've done a whole section about auto optimize because of how important it is. If I go down to the settings, here we go. Okay, so you can do simple settings or advanced settings, and you can optimize HTML, JavaScript, CSS. Now those options are available in WP Rocket as well, as far as minimizing files, but this just seems to take optimization to the next level. It does seem to optimize things in a way that WP Rocket and other caching plugins doesn't. So this plugin is meant to be installed with caching plugins such as WP Rocket, and then we've got examples here: Super Cache, Hyper Cache, etc. Now this one here, beware that one. I found that when I enabled HTML, then I got this problem. My website didn't display properly. So again, the same as WP Rocket, when you make any changes in this auto optimize, make one change at a time if you can. Save empty cache, go back to your website, check that the design is okay, then go and perform tests in these performance websites, and then see how it performs. What I found was one of the biggest helps was removing Google Fonts. So when I remove Google Fonts, which is, again, as I said before, Google causes a lot of problems. When you remove it, I can do it here, you'll see that the typography here, see how it's all kind of going bold and the font just doesn't look as good. Now, if I can live with that, then I'm going to see better results. So basically what happens is, when you install WP Rocket, you see a huge improvement with your performance. As you saw there, you jump from like a D grade or a C grade up to an A when you install this auto-optimize, it really does improve things just that little bit more. And then when you remove Google fonts, you get an extra % or 2 as well. So if I run, in fact, I'll maybe clear the cache first, just to be safe, and clear Cloudflare so that we know everything's been cleared okay. So, in fact, we'll do ping them first. So I've got a 94 before. As I said, I went into all these detail with the page size and requests. Really just a general guide. But what was that, 94 there? And I think on my article, and again, this changes all the time, but it's actually less now. That's bizarre. In my tests, I actually saw the complete opposite. I saw it much higher. My original test. Right, so what have we got here? 99, 93. When I did this earlier today, I got 100% after using auto-optimize. So I don't know if maybe I've changed one setting or something that's not playing nice with each other. Because I did change that setting in WP-Rocket about the minification. Maybe that's it. Oh, there we go. So now it's showing 96. So it's went from 94, it went down to 92, but it's back at 96 now. And that's what I saw in the article. There we went from 99 up to 100, and I think it was at 93 up to 96. And it should be the same. We've got 61, 84. And now we're up to 79, and the last time was 89. There we go. 79 and 89. Now, there is still some things that I need to do to improve these scores. I mean, I talk about this in the article, that there does come a point that kind of becomes not pointless, but it's the law of diminishing returns. You know, the more you spend trying to tweak things to get things perfectly, the less of a return you're going to get. You know, you might drop the page size from 586 to like 500. You know, the loading time might drop a little bit, but not too much. And at the end of the day, if from an SEO point of view, I don't think Google cares whether you've got a score of 96% or a score of 90%. It just wants you to optimize your website. Despite the fact that just about every test, you know, it's like Google fonts that are causing problems. But as I said, using that auto-optimize, you remove Google fonts. It actually does help quite a bit. So that's one thing to do. Now, how does WP-Rocket compare to other caching plugins? That is something I'd like to explore in another article, another video. But I mean, you've seen right there, just by clicking OK and, you know, selecting a few options, WP-Rocket will send you from a D or a C grade in these metric websites right up to an A, a click of a button. You still have to go through your plugins. You still have to go through and remove any problematic plugins. So, to give you an example of that, on my website, excuse me, I used to have, I used to display my YouTube videos on the home page, but I don't do that now. I've resonated it to this dedicated YouTube page, and you can see this here. It loads up my latest YouTube videos from my tech channel and from the Rise Forums channel that you're watching just now. I used to have this displayed on the home page, and I had it in the footer for a few weeks as well. But the performance websites hated this plugin. There's so many external requests going for the videos and for the images, etc. And it just, removing this plugin before I used WP-Rocket instantly improved my grade. So you really need to watch out for plugins like that. The other thing is social media plugins. You know, see for your blog posts. Now, profile links are fine, they're just buttons. Now, these are just buttons as well. But if these buttons, which they used to, if they were displaying the count, for example, this was saying it had 8 shares and 4 shares and 2 shares, then this would add a lot to the loading time. You would see it in GT metrics under the waterfall. You would see that it would be causing a lot of delays here because your website or the visitor has to go to Facebook, find out how many shares and then come back, go to Google+, find how many shares and then come back. So, you know, this isn't nothing to do with WP-Rocket or auto-optimize. or there's only one O, so autoptimize? God knows how you're supposed to say that. So yeah, this is just a general thing, because I'll be honest, when I first installed WP Rocket, and because that YouTube plugin was installed, WP Rocket wasn't giving me a good score, and I was like, okay, is WP Rocket not good anymore? But it wasn't. I had to go back and remove the problematic plugins first, and then I saw the true difference that you saw today in this video as well. Remove all those. If you find any plugin that's causing a lot of problems, you really need to make a decision. Is that functionality essential to your website? And if it's not, probably best to get rid of it and improve your performance. But you know, as I've shown you there, WP Rocket, you know, you're using minimification, I can't even talk today, GZIP, compression, caching, all these different things, lazy loading, you can really improve your score from, you know, as I said, like a D or a C up to an A at the click of a button. And for $39, in fact, not even $39, because you'll get 10% off using their coupons, you can really optimize it. And that plugin, optimize, excuse me, it really does tweak things a little bit further. And from a personal note, I apologize if I'm not well this week. I'm really not well. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. Please do check out the article. There's a lot more data about performance, etc. If you get any questions, please do let me know. And I will try and get better. And I'm going to do some tests for some content delivery networks soon. And I'd like to do some more caching plugin reviews for you guys as well. Thanks for watching. If you get any questions, please do ask. But again, I would recommend checking out WP Rocket. Go to wp-rocket.me. Fantastic plugin. Really is good. And at the end of the day, what I've done in this video and for the review is just stuck to facts and figures and showing you how it works. It's very, I'm looking at the wrong article there. Very, very effective at what it does. And really, don't take performance for granted. It is a ranking factor in search engines. People will click the back button if a page is taking too long to load. And you know, if you've got a shop, anything like that, you could be losing a lot of sales if your website's slow. Fast websites should generate more traffic, more customers, more money. And for the love of God, I hope I'm not coughing my face off in the next video. But thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Please do leave a comment, and please do check out my article for the full review. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.